Well, as you can see, Enchanted Moments is the title of this webisode from our friends at Hunkydory. And just to show you one of the cards, this is a spinner card, and let me open it. There you go. Did you see all that spinning action? Well, that's just one of the projects that Heidi has done for us. Please come play with us. Well, before we begin, let me just show you what we have. We have the Enchanted Moments Topper Collection. Now, this has got all of the foiled die cuts, the foiled cardstock, the printed cardstock, all the things that are going to work so beautifully to make the cards. Then there's also the Enchanted Moments Adorable Scoreable with 30 sheets of A4 size, and you can see all the colors that are right there. Then we also have this beautiful, they always do this in a limited edition. This is all lovely lilac. This is the Mary cardstock. It's that bright shiny. Then they've also done printed parchment. There are 16 sheets in here, and wait till you see how Heidi has used them. Finally, we have the foiled acetate, and this has got the purple foiling on it. Oh, so pretty. And then we have finally the little book of Enchanted Moments. Now, this is 4 1/8 by 5 7/8 inches, 144 sheets. This is just such a great value. And again, wait till you see how Heidi has used them. Well, let's get started with our very first project. And it is a slimline, as you can see. So we're going to start with our slimline cards and envelopes. They come in a package. And what Heidi has done is she has actually, you know, I think I told you incorrectly. She made her card out of the Mary. Yes, exactly. So I guess you just need the envelopes. Now, when you cut this, you're going to need it to be 8.5, because that's the length of a slimline, by 7 inches. And then you're going to simply score it in the center to fold it. And that's the Mary. Oh, so pretty. Now, Heidi recommends using the Adorable Scoreable Mini card scoreboard, okay, the Adorable Scoreboard. It has the attached bone folder, and you can see that the measurements are in inches. On the back side, they're in metric. So that's just going to make it super easy. In fact, Heidi uses that pretty regularly on these projects. So that begins our card base. So it's going to be 8.5 by 3.5 inches. Now, she has taken the parchment. Isn't this just gorgeous? I love how it kind of fades as you go into the background. And this has been placed and cut to fit on the front of her card. Now, all of the measurements are down below. Just click on the project and you'll see the instructions over on the right-hand side, and you can print them off if you want to, or you can just look at them, whatever you like. But you can see that this was done slightly smaller than the card itself to fit right there. And on the top of it, there is the foiled acetate. Now let me bring a sheet in, and I'm going to set it on white. I think you can see it a little bit better than on the black. So it has that purple foiling on one side. On the back side, it's silver foiling. So she has used that, trimming it to fit that parchment, and this is going to go over it. So right there. Now, how do you attach that? Well, a good trick is to think about hiding the adhesive wherever it's going to be covered, okay? So this is a very fine piece of art. So there's really nothing to hide there, but look what she has. She has this topper right there. So that's going to be the place where you can attach the adhesive on the back, hidden by that topper. So what you'll do is you will cut your parchment, go ahead and attach that to the Mary. You can use the extra sticky tape to do that. Then cut your acetate to fit on top. It's going to be the same size as the parchment. And before you try to attach it, go ahead and use foam tape to attach this topper right here. And that's the only one you need at this point. So go ahead and foam tape it to the Mary, and then when you go to position it, you can put the extra sticky tape on the back of the acetate and just plop it down. Now, you don't have to worry about attaching it everywhere. It's perfectly fine. That bit of extra sticky tape behind this is going to hold it in place, okay? So if you haven't done that before, that's the exact way to handle it. Now, the next thing you're going to need is more of the foam tape to attach these two toppers that have the greetings. So thinking of you and special wishes to you both. In fact, there's the two bunnies right there. So that works really nicely. Now, she has done two of the bows, and as you probably know by now, Heidi regularly uses the bow maker from Hunkydory. It's an inexpensive tool that just makes beautiful bows every single time. Now, she did use the white ribbon set to make the bow right there, and then also, well, this has come undone a little bit. Okay, so just a knotted ribbon right there, and they're knotted in place. Now, for embellishments, she has used the Hunkydory pearls. Now, this is the classic pearl, and you can see with the multiple sizes, they're just all right there, just very, very pretty. And to further accent the whites that are showing in the topper, in the ribbons, and in the pearls, she has gone to our fancy border dazzles. Now, there are 96 dazzles in here in black, white, let's see, black, white, and gold and silver. And you can see the white, just how striking that is at the top and at the bottom. So that works nicely. Now, the inside of our card, what she has used is the printed adorable scorable that's also in the topper collection. How cute is that? And she has simply cut it to fit that 8.5 by 3.5 size. So she's just glued that straight down, and then she's gone back and used pieces of what she used on the front. So this is the parchment where she has torn it. Now, no folding and tearing, just tear it, let it be ragged. And that's going to go down first, and then she's got the piece of the foiled acetate right here. There is a border from the topper collection, another of the toppers, and then you can see that she put the dazzles and the pearls there. So isn't that pretty how that just layers and comes to the inside? So that is our first project, and not only is it this project, but I think that's a really nice template that you can use for a lot of different things. Okay, so let's go to that spinning card. Now, this is our regular 5 by 6.5 inch card, and I'm going to let that spin again. So are you ready? Okay, take a look. So when I open it, it's going to spin just like that. Very fun. Now, that's a great style that happens, and you are going to need a monofilament thread. So like fishing line is going to work well. So anything like that to hold those two pieces in place, okay? But before we get there, let's talk about the card. So what she did is she used the, this is the foiled adorable scorable, but you can see that she really used this piece and she has cut it to fit the front of her card. Really, really nice. Now what she did is she tacked it down, meaning that she didn't put glue everywhere. She just put 2 dots and put it on the front of her card. Then, because she needs to cut this circle, so she used our circle cutting dies. You can see these are just a favorite, and that has been placed right here. And as you can see, and then she wrapped it around her platforms and then ran it through the die cutting machine. So that way it took care of getting that circle. Then you pull off this piece that was tacked in place because we have to do this mechanism next, okay? So for that mechanism, we're going to take 2 of the circles that are on the topper. So this circle and this circle. They're the identical size, which is quite handy. And what you want to do is put the extra sticky tape. You know, that's our very favorite extra sticky tape with the red liner. And take one of them pop it out, turn it over, place the tape right there, and then put a long strip of that, I'm going to call it fishing line, because monofilament thread is just too long to say. Okay, so, and just position it along that circle, and then have the extra sticky tape to also attach the second circle on top. So that gives you the piece that's going to be spinning. Now, then you're going to position that in that circle. Okay, and again, you can attach it with the extra sticky tape, top and bottom, to really hold it in place. Now, don't make that thread so short. Let it be long so that it's really going to hold that in place. You can put a couple of extra sticky tapes over it. Then you will go back and attach, glue on this piece that you have cut, and you have cut the circle, and glue that on top. Okay, so then this will be ready. Now, what's nice about what Hunkydory does, so many things is nice about them, is that they often will cut 3 circles and they nest them. So you've already used this, but then you're going to take this one, the one with the flowers, and glue that around the outside of that circle. Then those dazzles that she used in the first card, you know, those white dazzles, well, she went into the dazzle collection with the fancy borders, and she used the colorful ones. So it's the same collection, it's just got more colors. And look, you can make them into a circle. How neat is that? So you just walk it around with your finger. And you're probably going to need 2 of them, but there are 2 in there. And you can see that she used the pink. So pretty, what a nice little decoration. Then she used a smaller one right along the edge of the foiling right there. Okay, so you can see what else she's done. She's taken 2 more of the pieces on the topper collection, glued one down, foam taped this, then going back to the bone folder, excuse me, back to the bow maker, she used the light pink ribbon and made a longer one there, a wider one there, and a shorter one right there. The pearls that she used are the pink pearls. Again, these are from Hunkydory, so you get all of those colors. She went toward the lighter shades on her bird and on the toppers. Now going to the inside of her card, let that little one spin. She has taken another sheet of the toppers, and I'm sorry, I seem not to have it, but it's right here. It may show up later, and it is the not foiled piece, and trimmed it to fit. And I just think that's a beautiful image. And then this is the fancy border. There is a white one down. I'm not sure if you could, there you go. Maybe you can see it in the shine with the pink on top. So that's right there, another bow, and you are done. You have this absolutely stunning card. So I think you're gonna like that. Okay, now there's more things going on. And remember that little book? Well, we've got some cards using that. And I'm going to start with this one. Isn't that stunning? Now, as I open this up, you're going to see that it's 3 panels. Isn't that gorgeous? Yes. And you can see that shine that's going on. Well, what Heidi did is she cut the 3 panels, and she has used the 5 by 6.5 card as her base, so she just needed to cut 1 more. So this black one, she's going to cut to be, instead of 5 by 6.5, it's going to be 5.5 by 6.5. Okay, you need that extra 1/2 inch to score along that 1/2 inch so that you can attach that. In fact, there's my little note. You can attach that 1/2 inch with extra sticky tape onto the back of the card. Okay, so this would, let's see, how can I show it to you? Okay, ignore that. Okay, so that's your card, your 5 by 6.5 inch card. So you've just made this piece out of the black cardstock that is in the Adorable Scoreable set. Okay, and then you're just going to make it 5.5 by 6.5. Do the 1/2 inch score, scoring 1/2 inch from the opening, from the edge, and then attach that with extra sticky tape. And you're attaching it to the front of the card. Okay, so that can fold over. Does that all make sense? Are you nodding your head yes? Well, I hope you are. Okay, now let me just show you, let's see, let me just show that to you on a white background so you can see, because that's black. Now, she has used some of the glitter, and this cardstock we absolutely love. And this is the pink glitter. You get several sheets in there, and you're going to cut it to be the measurements down below. But you're also going to take this image out of that little book of Enchanted Moments, and you can simply tear this out. They're gummed at the top, so just pull it out, and you can mat it onto the pink glitter like so, and then trim it. And you can see that that matting has, about 1/4 of an inch of a border. Okay, now when you get this book, it has multiple copies of each one, and Heidi has used one of them for the base of the card, and you can see that. She also wrapped some of the white ribbon, you can see the dotted, around the edge. And she did something different, and I was kind of surprised. Do you see this little piece right here? Maybe we can get in tight. Okay, that's the same ribbon, but what she did is this ribbon is about 3/4 of an inch wide. She cut it in half vertically and then just took this piece and tied it over this ribbon. Just works nicely. Okay, then you're going to have one other piece left. Don't throw it away. I know you won't. We'll use it on the inside. Okay, back to our beautiful moth. And so she, as I said, she had multiple sheets of this. So she cut out some of the areas of this. So nothing along that wreath, but on the butterfly itself, she cut out one that's the whole butterfly. Don't worry about the antennas. Don't cut those out, just the butterfly. And then she did another one of just doing these top wings. The other thing she did with those top wings is she kind of bowed them. Okay, so you can take your bone folder and just go like this to bow it. Now, if you want to foam tape under that, that's perfectly fine and might actually be a good idea. You can see the white pearls that she used down the center. And then she foam taped this greeting, and that is also in the package. So there's a whole sheet of greetings. Now for her second layer, okay, right here, she has used the pink cardstock out of the Hunkydory Adorable Scoreable set. And then she has taken this image, matted it this time on the champagne. Now you could have gone onto the gold or could have been into the pink. I guess you really couldn't have done the pink, but this is the champagne. I do need to tell you, we don't have a ton of this. So if you like that look, you might want to grab it. Okay, I don't want you disappointed. So there is this piece. Same idea, mat it on the champagne. She put the pink, she covered the whole 5 by 6.5 piece and just glued it in place. Then matted this and glued it down. Again, you've got some extra sheets. So she did the same thing on some of them, like this flower, the moth, this flower, and this moth. She just cut out the image. Okay, you can see that, and foam taped them on. But for the flower, she took another one and cut that out and foam taped that. So you've got dimension. And let me kind of show you that. Now by using our foam tape, it's not going to be so thick that you're going to feel like this card isn't going to close. It's going to close just fine. But that's going to work quite nicely. Now the thank you, that's part of that sheet of greetings. And then there's the other half of that ribbon. So she just knotted it and put pearl there and put some pearls on the inside of those flowers. Now our last section, well, you can guess at what the process is. So we're going to take the black Adorable Scoreable, cut it to 5 by 6.5, glue it down. We're going to take this image and we're going to mat it back onto the same pink glitter that we used on the front of the card. Glue that down, wrap that with the same ribbon. Now notice this one was wrapped at the top, this one is wrapped at the bottom. She did the same thing, cut that ribbon in half so she could knot it and tie it around the ribbon itself. And then she did do the same thing with the smaller moths that she did on the first one. That is, take another one and just cut out the moth. Don't worry about the antenna or anything. Foam tape that down. And then do just the top wings as one piece, kind of let them be bowed, if you will, and then foam tape them in place, add some bows, or add some pearls, and then you can also foam tape the greeting on it. So just really, and I think Enchanted Moments is just such a good title for this collection. Okay, I have one more card to show you. And this card, it also has some extra things going on. We'll back up just a tad. Now, when Heidi sent this to me, Heidi lives in Wisconsin and I'm in Oregon. So when she does her projects, she needs to send them to me. This has a piece of acetate, the foiled acetate, that is also bowed. It's coming forward. Now, it can go through the mail just fine because that acetate is strong. Heidi elected to put some foam, these foam pieces, she just tucked them under there just so that it would reach me quite nicely. Now you could also put, or you could put anything in there. If you have bubble wrap, in fact I have a little piece right here, you could do that and just tuck it underneath. Just, it will just help it kind of go through the mail without getting squished. So that's your choice. Now, you can see this card. It too is a 5 by 6.5, but there's more going on. When I open it, what happens? There's some Miri in there, and there is another of the foiled acetate. And this is designed to sit up. And as you are looking at it, that's what you have. In fact, it goes a little bit more like that. So you're almost looking through this field of stars at that big elk. Very pretty, very, very striking and very easy to make. Okay, let me show you and we will start. Now, each of these panels is going to be cut. Now, this for our card. Okay, so we're going to take the purple Miri. And because the card is 6.5 inches, you know, to fit the envelopes, we need to have pieces of the cardstock. So we're going to take a couple of things. So we're going to take our card. I don't think we're going to take our card. I think we're just going to take the pieces of Miri. Okay, so this is a sheet of Miri, and so is this. Okay, this one, see, I said shiny on there. It's just that because it's a little bit hard to see when it's shining at you, so I cut these out of cardstock. So you're going to cut one of the shiny lavender Miris, lilac Miris, 5 by 6.5. That's going to be your back piece. Okay, then you're going to cut another one that's going to be 5 by 7 inches, so it's a 1/2 inch longer. Again, this is shiny. This is going to be our top piece. Then you're going to score a 1/2 inch in, and that's where we're going to put the extra sticky tape. Then this will connect back here, and that will fold over our card. So the shiny parts are on the inside, and the back sides are white. Okay, I guess I could have written white on those, couldn't I? So that creates your card base. But before we go any further, you want to cut a piece of the acetate. This is the star acetate, to be the same size as our shiny piece. So it's going to be 5 by 7. You're going to do the exact same thing. You're going to score it at 1/2 inch, and then you're going to place the extra sticky tape on it. And this is going to get attached to the back side of the card front. Okay, so these two are attached, and this is going to get attached there, and that's going to allow it to go forward. Okay, got all that? Yes, you do. I'm sure you do. Okay, now let's go to decorating this card that we've just made. So what you're going to do is you're going to take out of the Adorable Scorable, you're going to take the gray and cut it to 5 by 6.5 inches. Go ahead and glue it down. Then you're going to go into the Enchanted Moments, and you're going to take out this piece and mat it onto the pink Adorable Scorable. Now this has a pretty narrow border, so it's about a 1/16 of an inch. So glue it down and then trim it to fit, okay? Now, don't glue it down yet, quite yet. So what we want to do is we want to create this strip. You're going to use two things for that. You're going to go back to that shiny mirror, foiled acetate, okay? There we go, because you've got pieces left after you've cut that piece that's going on the inside. Now this is going to be 5.5 inches, and it's going to be about 2.5 inches tall. And when Heidi cut this, she just made sure that she didn't cut into the stars. So she just kind of did a little gentle border there, okay? You can see that better. Then she cut or tore the parchment. Isn't that beautiful? So she did cut right below the tree line, and she did tear right above the tree line. So you might want to, you can start on either side, whatever you want to do. It looks to me like she started on this side. So just tear along that edge, and then you're going to attach the two together. How do you attach them? Well, you know, our friend extra sticky tape can be placed right along the parchment when you attach it to the acetate. Then you're going to take that 5.5 inch piece and score the last 1/2 inch on each side and put extra sticky tape on the flap and attach that underneath this matted piece. And then what's going to happen is that that's going to allow this to bow up. Okay, got all that? Couple of layers. The ribbon is from our purple ribbon set, and you can see that she just wrapped it around and tied a bow and knotted that on top. Now with the deer, and this is what Heidi does every time when she's got the little book of, fill in the title, is that she will glue the base down, which makes perfect sense, and then she'll go back and cut out different areas. Now, if cutting out is not your thing, you can just leave it with that one sheet. But if you don't mind doing that, and I think the look is just really lovely with it. So you can see she just did the body of each of them. So not the legs, but just the body. And then she did the faces as a separate layer and foam taped them. She did foam tape and cut out and foam tape the moon. And then the birthday wishes, well, this is the sheet that's in the book, and you can see there's lots of greetings on here. They were used in the last card as also this one. So birthday wishes right there, another little bow, and then this is out of the purple pearls. So we've got lots of things going on. Now we're going to go inside our card, and as you know, this is already attached, this is already shiny, this is already shiny, so we're halfway there. And you can see she did a modified version of what she did on the front. So in this case, she took the piece out, and it's perfect size to fit, and matted it on the dark purple Adorable Scorable, and then wrapped the purple ribbon around it. But before that, she went back to this parchment. Now, you would have torn out the tree line on this side, but you've got this piece left. So do a little more tearing and a little bit of trimming and attach that with the extra sticky tape onto the bottom of this piece. Now this piece, she did not do any additional cutting and foam taping. It is flat. But it really, this gives it just such a nice look, and you're going to get several pieces of the parchment in that package, so you'll have others to play with. Now, Have a Magical Day, that is from the Topper collection, and that finishes this very fun card. I'm hoping you can really see how fun that is. You know, when we get to wintertime and we have the snowfall acetate, that would be a good technique to remember. I'm going to tuck that back and let this be here and be all ready. Okay, well, that is what we have. As you can see, we've had some enchanting moments. So this is with the Enchanted Moments Topper collection. You saw all the colors that Heidi used with the adorable scorable. You saw the parchment. You saw the Miri. You saw the foiled acetate and the little book of Enchanted Moments. Well, I hope you enjoyed this. I think they're pretty special cards. Thank you, Heidi. An excellent job. And if you are watching this on YouTube, you know my story here. We hope you'll subscribe. We hope you'll like. Head on over to paperwishes.com, because you can see all the instructions. They're down below. And there's also a money saver. We always like to give you a special deal, so take advantage of that. I want to thank you for joining us, and I want to tell you we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.